Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to a new type of video on my channel. Today we are going to be making a new series called Making a Pack. I can actually delete this video, but Making a Pack. This is going to be making a V2 of my Volcanic pack. If you haven't seen Volcanic, it was the pack I released for 130 subscribers. It was terrible. I'll put a link in the description if you want to go see it. It's really bad. So yeah, you probably don't want to go watch it. But anyway, so I just took the default texture pack right here. So we're going to first start out with this thing here. So this is the pack.mcmeta. It's an mcmeta file, basically. You go into here, and you find this. And right here where it says 1.8 default texture pack, because that's just what I downloaded, I'm going to make it say, created by YouTube. Oh. YouTube.com Flash fast sport 2. I cannot type. Okay, there we go. I cannot type today at all. So there we go. Just gonna put my channel link there. Basically, we'll get a profile picture later for this, or like a picture to have in the background for this later. So we're gonna start out by going into assets, Minecraft, textures, items, and we're gonna go in here and type sword. So we're gonna start out by taking these, and yeah, we're gonna make it a 20x revamp. Basically, so we're going to open all these swords up. I use paint.net 4.0.10. This is just my personal preference. There will be a download link in the description to get it if you would like it. I do have Photoshop down here, and I use it once in a while for certain things, but I prefer paint.net because it's kind of like smoother and just kind of easier to use. But that's just my opinion. So we're going to start out by doing this. We're just going to make this a 20 by 20 canvas I'll show you how to do this. So you basically press Control R, which opens up this, which is resize, and you want to make sure you have maintain aspect ratio on if it's a perfect square. If it's not a perfect square and you just made a new file, you're going to want to turn this off, because then it's not going to be a perfect square and it'll be whatever the shape was before. So we're just going to Control A and delete once we've done that. And so this is usually how I start my sword bases. I start from the bottom with like that shape, and then I move it up by 2 pixels, and then I do this. I always have 3 if it's 20x, and I wouldn't have these, so that would be like a 16x thing, but this would be a 20x for me. This is just like my personal preference, of course. So anyway, so we're gonna put I think we're gonna start here, and I'm just gonna start out with the default sword hilt, because that's easier, just the shaping of the default sword hilt. We might actually have to move it. Yeah, we're gonna have to move it up one. Oops, I messed up already. So we're gonna take this. I'm just kind of gray, like scale color coding it basically. Ooh, we're gonna go. Okay, so let me show you the hotkeys and stuff actually. So when you're going to the color selector, you can either just do it right here, or you can press the hotkey K. I know like all the paint on the hotkeys. Also, when you press this, it's gonna be defaulted as do not switch tool. You're gonna go here, you can click this and click switch to pencil, or you can just click this here. So this way, every time you click it, it'll go back to your pencil, and all you have to do is just change the color basically by pressing K and then clicking. So we're gonna edit the hilt. Might go with something like this. I think we're gonna go with like a simple kind of revamp. Not necessarily a revamp. I don't wanna make a bunch of revamped packs because I'm not latency. But anyway. I do want to like make a V2 of this pack, because at the time this was like my best pack and I was really proud of it, but now it's like terrible. So we're gonna go with this kind of hilt for it, I think, and then we're gonna go with this red color because it was a red themed pack. Oh, we're gonna do this. We are gonna do cutoff swords because that was what the pack was. So we'll make that at the top. So then we gotta do this, and so now we go to the shading part. Now I'm not certain on how I want to shade this sword here, but I know what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to here, and you're going to click where it says more right here. You're going to open up this, and you're just going to want to bring this all the way down to black, and you're going to want to turn the opacity down to anywhere between 30 and like 60. It just depends. It's just really preference. So we could go with like a simpler kind of shade by doing this kind of. It's really not that hard, and you kind of keep clicking. Then you kind of add like an outline by doing like that. I'm not going to do 3 there. I'll go 2. Oh. So you can see that's a pretty simple sword shading. We're going to add another bit actually, so we are going to go 3 I guess on this, and this is going to be pretty dark there. So we're gonna start 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Oh, no, we're just gonna do 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is how I actually made mint swords. If you saw my mint texture pack, a link to that will also be in the description of the video. I'm pretty proud of that pack actually. But anyway, so that was how I actually shaded the mint sword. I actually did simple shading and then added this to it. But anyway, so that's gonna be how I'm gonna start this. So I'm gonna first also start this sword off by doing that for like the hilt. This is, I believe, is called the hilt on a sword. I do believe so. But anyway, so we're just gonna select that all, and we're just gonna kind of select. We're just only gonna shade like one section of it. I don't know why I added that, but I guess it was just to get like a kind of general base of it. But anyway, so then now we're just gonna take this, and we'll make it a little bit nicer in a second. And we're gonna go Control N, and it should be defaulted if you've copied it. Control C to copy, and we're gonna Control A delete and then paste it in. I accidentally pasted it before deleting. So now we're gonna go Image, and we're gonna go Rotate, and then we're going to go like rotate clockwise, and then I think we're gonna go what did I just click? Flip vertical, and then we're gonna go this by pressing S 4 times to go to Magic Wand. And we're gonna hold down Control and click everything to select it like that. You can also change the tolerance up here, which makes it it varies the anyway, I can speak, I swear. Anyway, it just like changes how much it'll select. So it's a really simple kinda sword shade right here, but I think it still looks fairly nice for the theme I'm going for, because I was kind of going for like a simple kind of look to the sword. I wasn't going for anything too like complicated. So I think we're gonna go with like red down here. I don't know how much I'll do. I think I'll do like that. Maybe I'll do like that. No. Maybe like that. I think that'll look kind of original at least. Now we're gonna shade this by going to about 76, 70-ish is okay. We're gonna do that and then that, or maybe this will look better. Nah, I think that looks a little bit better. We're also gonna make that one darker, and we're gonna go here and do that, and we're gonna do this one, all of that, and then that, and then that. So that's kind of like that base. Oop, I wanna go here, here, and then that, and then 1, 2, there. So that's kind of like a basic kind of sword. I might actually, I don't think I kind of like this down here, so I think I'm actually gonna change all this. So this is not going to be in existence anymore. I'm sorry, but I don't like it. So 1, 2, 3, and then this. I think it was like that, yeah. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna reshade this bottom bit. So another way of shading this is by adding obviously an outline by using the pencil tool, which hotkey is P. Brush hotkey is B. Eraser, I don't use this personally, I just select it and then delete. But the eraser hotkey, if you wanted to, you can just turn the hardness up to 100. Or you could also click this thing and then it will erase it like that. And then, oh, you need to turn up opacity, and then see, it'll do that. But if you turn the hardness down and do this, it's like, yeah, it just affects it. Anyway, confusing stuff kinda. Once you learn Paint.net a little bit better, you'll understand. Anyway, so we're gonna shade the bottom handle bit here. What we're going to do is we're going to put the opacity to about around like just a little bit before 200-ish. When you're doing gradients, you want to go high on your opacity, like below. The default is 255. That's like a full on fully opaque sword, or like pixel, versus the opacity when it's turned down, it's going to be slightly see-through. So it's not perfectly black, but it's going to be darker and darker. So we're going to want to actually go to this other thing, and you're going to want to select this, and then you're going to want to turn opacity down all the way to 0. There's nothing, because this is how you have to do it in Paint.net. At least in Photoshop it's different, but this is a Paint.net tutorial. So we're going to start by clicking down here after reselecting this black here, and we're going to go from the bottom up, and then we're gonna change our hotkey to S, just anything, and then you're gonna press G again, which is the gradient hotkey, and you're gonna start from about here, and we're gonna go back up. Now we're gonna add a little bit of a darker outline, so we're gonna turn our opacity down to maybe 37, and we're gonna double click each one of these because it's a little more, I think it's a little bit better when you're doing a lower and just double clicking instead of a higher and single clicking. It can be a little bit more accurate to how you want it. So yeah, this is the result of our sword for Volcanic V2, and I'm going to show you how I make the swords of the other resolutions. We can actually get rid of this. So we're going to Control A, Control C, we're going to select on the gold sword, and we're going to Control V and click Expand Canvas, because this is going to make it a 20 by 20 sword. So you're going to want to select this area. You can also just, you know, do the magic wand stuff, but you don't need to, so you can just do this basically. And you're going to want to press Control Shift U, which brings up the hue and saturation thing. And for a red, we're going to want to go to about here for a gold color. We're going to make it a little bit more yellow from now. Okay, that's perfect about. And then we're going to change up the contrast. We're going to increase the brightness a lot, because that usually looks really nice on gold swords. So maybe about to there, and now we're gonna redo our hue and saturation thing and increase the saturation, and that kind of gives it a nice golden look. I'll also add a teeny little bit more orange, I think, actually. So about that. That looks like a nice kind of gold sword right there. Next we're gonna go to iron, and for iron, when you're gonna be doing this, you're gonna want to go here. Oh, also I forgot to show you the how to open the contrast, but I will show you that right now. So basically you're gonna want to turn saturation all the way down, and you're going to want to turn the brightness up a little bit, not like a ton, and then you're going to do the rest of the brightness in the contrast thing. So you're going to want to turn up the contrast and also the brightness here. I'm going to turn the brightness down a little so we can still have like the white, but we can still have some darker kind of bits. So now for iron swords, there's kind of like two things you can do. If you want to make it, instead of like just its silvery white color, you can add a kind of bluish tint. We're gonna make it kind of like in between those two blues that I just selected, and we're gonna go down to like about 19 to 20ish, and you can just add this kind of a color tint to it, or you can add a rusted color tint. Personally, as of right now, I like the rusted color tint a little bit more. You're gonna want to make it kind of red, kind of brownish. You're gonna want to again make it like a little bit less than 20, so we'll go with like 15 actually. 15 is probably perfect. And you see, oh wait, did I? Yeah, I did get rid of that. Okay, so you can see all of this now has a little bit of a rust tint, and we're also going to add this by doing that shading. So I personally like the rust a little bit more as of right now, but I kind of go in like phases with how I like my packs. But anyway, so that's how I would do that kind of sword basically, and I kind of like that. I like that a lot. So next we're going to go to the stone sword and expand canvas, you know, and we're going to select this, Control Shift U again, and we're just going to not change anything with the brightness, and that should be perfectly fine. Now what you can also do to make like a nice kind of looking stone sword is to do your this S thing here. You got to make that like that kind of, and that's going to affect the saturation when it's darker and also lighter at the same time. So you're going to want to make it actually kind of like up here-ish, maybe to about like that, and you can add like a little rope on it. You can see that kind of looks nice, you know. We're gonna add a little bit brighter, I don't know, kind of like that. Oh, kind of like that. That's not too bad. And we're gonna make it a little bit more red, darker, and a little bit more saturated. Not that much, but like that. And we gotta get more of a red. And now we just kind of, oh, gotta turn the opacity down. And we kind of just do that. So yeah, now we're gonna do the wooden sword. Wooden sword. You're gonna want to go kind of here, and you're gonna want to make it kind of a yellowish again, and you're gonna want to desaturate kind of a lot, and to about this is kind of a nice wooden sword color. And then yeah, that's basically how you make 20 by 20 and 16 by 16 swords. 16 is just slightly bigger in game, so I like 20 a little bit more. Also because it gives you slightly more canvas size to work with when you're making your swords. So yeah, this is going to be episode 1 of making a pack. It's going to be a V2 of my 130 sub pack back when I was like literally horrible at pack making. That pack is so bad. But so yeah, we're making a V2 here. And yeah, I'll release this sometime. I don't know when. I might do like 2 packs for 400 subs. I have a surprise pack called Aqua 16 to 20x, which is actually a really nice looking pack as of right now. I'm really happy with it and how it's turning out. So I'll release that for 400 subs. And I'm probably also going to release Volcanic V2 when it's finished, but I'm going to do this series kind of throughout, like, that time period between now and 400 subs. So that'll be, like, a little bit. Let's go. As of right now, this is my first day of summer break. Or technically, I had school today. It was a half day at school, my last day, you know. And I am now on summer break. So hopefully by the end of summer, I will be able to, yeah, reach 400 subs and release these 2 packs. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed and if you guys learned anything, leave a like. Tell me if you want more, because I actually do enjoy doing these, because it's kind of nice just to make packs and yeah, just record it. Anyway, if you did enjoy, leave a like. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Generic YouTuber outro. Peace out. Alright guys, so right here you can see we have our swords, the diamond, iron, stone, wood, and gold swords all in game here, and this is what they're gonna look like in game. I think they look really nice to PvP with and to just kind of like play with in general. So yeah, I'm not gonna show you the gapple and the rod and stuff, because that would be for episode 2, and I'm recording this after I've already recorded episode 2. So yeah, these are the swords. This is what I did in the first episode, obviously. Next episode is gap and rod, and then the episode after is bow, and I haven't done the bow yet. But anyway, so yeah, these are the stuff. These are the swords.